What's going on, guys? The PS5 Pro was announced. Now, as of recording, it was today. I don't know what to say. This is stupid. This is dumb. $600 could be my limit. $600 would be the bare limit. Normally, when consoles have new consoles come out, they try to lower the price of the old ones so they can bring out the new ones. You'll want to buy the new ones, but this. Either they're trying to troll everybody and tell them it's going to be $700 and then drop the price on release, or they absolutely just want to spread your cheeks and go straight ham on you. Because, $700 is getting you a digital only, no disc. Now, obviously, we're kind of going towards digital only anyway, but without the disc drive, it kind of eliminates all the physical media holders, such as myself. I have been buying up more PS5 physical media for literally the reason that I can keep it. I'm an advocate for physical media, but this should show that a lot of console companies are pushing digital as much as possible, just so they can pretty much profit as much as possible. You have to buy it new, unless it goes on sale, and you never will own it, because once the store itself, it can pretty much just brick itself, and you're kind of screwed with no online stuff like that. The only thing that I see, the reason why they're doing this is trying to get as much money out of this as possible, because it's barely better. It can run things at 60 frames a second. Cool. Okay, got you. Somebody like me that doesn't really do fidelity as much as I do frames, I always try to go for the frames. That's it. So it kind of degraded a little bit from 4K. It doesn't bother me as much because I'm not sitting as close. So I'm not looking at every little, pore on somebody's skin. It's never been that big of an issue, but for hardcore gamers and really people that are in depth into the actual, the graphics and all that, I can see why they'd be mad, because $700 for that small of an upgrade just for a little bit more fidelity is kind of trash. Now, also, I wanted to address something real quick. Is PC players trying to say that you can build a comparable PC for $700? You are an idiot, and you should suck one, because you actually can't. Okay, to buy a PC that's going to smoke the PS5 Pro, it's going to cost a few $100, probably, if not $400 to $500 more than buying the console. Also, to kind of address something, you also got to think console is so much easier to maintain. A lot of people are not trying to learn how to keep everything up to date on a PC, and not everybody wants to build a PC. Not everybody wants to pay for a pre-built PC for like $2,000. A lot of them be $1,500. So if they see a console that can pretty much do the same thing, being compatible, why not just buy it? Plus, it's 2 terabytes. I don't know if you know how much 2 terabytes is, but it's like $300-$400. I put a 2 terabyte on my, or I think it was a 4. I can't remember. Whatever the biggest one I could get at the time, I put on my PlayStation in my entertainment room, because I ran out of room, and quite literally, a lot of game companies now are, in my opinion, trying to force the hard drive to be taking up as much space as possible, so you never want to delete it, therefore you never play any other games. It's just a conspiracy, but I am, I'm on the side of thinking that's true. But besides that, basically a lot of PC people are just trying to argue the point that you can just build a PC for the same price, and you just can't. It's literally impossible. You might be able to get secondhand parts off people, but I doubt anybody's going to be selling secondhand parts at those prices. Now, another thing, the peripherals. Just to get a stand is like $40. You can't even stand it vertically, really. At least with a stand, which keeps, everything kind of more open for airflow. 2, disk drive. You gotta pay $80 for that. That's dumb. That makes no sense. I know they try to do the add-ons, like, I don't know, plenty of times. You remember the 360? Had the what was it? The HD DVD peripheral on it, and that just sold shit. Yeah, they're doing the same thing with this, where it's got its own little peripheral that attaches to it, which is be gaudy. It's just, it's an attachment. A lot of attachments don't, look good on consoles. They just don't. I hate a bunch of attachments. The only thing I have on my console is a fan setup cooling system and some aftermarket stands, because I bought an aftermarket display plate, or whatever it was called, the Arachnid 2.0, which I reviewed like last year. And yeah, I put that on there just so it'd be smaller, look nicer. It was cool instead of just having it sit there. Other than that, yeah, I don't really do peripherals that much. And the fact that it's $80 for the the extra is just it's dumb, and it pushes the sentiment of digital only, which, you know, physical media holders don't want that. I myself don't want that. As much as I can buy physical, I would love to buy physical. That's why my PS5 has a disc drive. That's why my Xbox has a disc drive. That's why every console I buy, I make sure is able to be compatible with what I'm trying to play. Also, the controllers went up $5. I don't know if anybody noticed that. I found that out today, and yeah, I'm like, that's just extra poo on this poo pie. That's just, thanks. Appreciate it. And also, kind of add, this has got to be a marketing gimmick. If not, they are really dumb. They, you know, I might be wrong, but I know that usually a console releases a better console. They lower the price of the previous one, at least by a little bit. I mean, the PlayStation Pro was not that significantly higher. I don't remember it being, and I have one. I have the original Slim. I had an OG one, and then I also had the 4 Pro. I don't remember it being that big of, you know, a difference in price. Now, don't get me wrong. The power was different. I definitely can tell the difference because the 1080, well, no, I think it was the 4K. I believe it was 4K upgrade. If not close to it. I remember the upgrade was so awesome on the Pro. And then a lot of those games, you know, remember the PS4 sounded like a jet engine taking off towards the end. Pro didn't. My Pro was quiet. Never had any issues out of it. That's another thing. The PlayStation 5 is pretty quiet, and I can only imagine what the Pro is going to be sounding like trying to push out that much power. Now, I think this is a big Sony L this year, unfortunately. You know, putting a console up for $700 when you just got done releasing one that was pretty much hard to get. You know, never really got a substantial grasp on it till like last year. Maybe the year before, I think, when they were regularly in Walmarts and Targets and GameStops and stuff like that. You know, even now I still see them relatively sold out most of the time. Don't get me wrong, you know, they stock them up and you can see them for a couple hours. It's a lot easier because everybody pretty much owns one. Not to mention, I think only like, I've seen some numbers being thrown around, 15-20% maybe. I think of the consumers of, you know, Sony basically, or PlayStation, whatever, is even looking to buy this. And I myself, I may tinker with it one day. I don't know. Just so you guys don't have to, I may just go ahead and fork out the money and buy one and see if it's that big of a difference. And I'll go ahead and put it in the office and use it in here, or I may just put it in there and forget about it in the entertainment room and use it for overpowered nothingness. Because I just doubt I would have the reason to have it in my office and here to stream with, because I don't see it outputting at that on a stream as good. I think it would need to be personal use, because I don't know. From what I can tell, YouTube, when I've tried to put in latency to make sure everything is as good as it can be when I stream, I can't do, you know, 4K. I can only really do 1080, crisp, perfect, without much of a delay. And it makes it a lot easier. So I don't think I'll be putting it in here. But tell me what you guys think. If you would like me to, at some point, probably invest in it and unbox it, try it out. I'll even do it on stream if I can. It's going to be a little while. If I can get my hands on one, I doubt I can anytime soon. But as soon as I can, I'll let you know. And if it's not in time, I'll probably just pass it up, to be honest, because it sucks that they just want $700. I mean, that can't go without saying. This is a big old Sony L just to be able to try to put out something just a smidgen more powerful, and for it to run 60 frames native, you know, without tinkering with it. But yeah, that's about all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.